Plants are the base of all ecosystems, and all life on Earth depends on plants for survival. Animals rely on plants because plants create the oxygen we breathe and the food we eat. Plants also rely on animals because animals help spread pollen and seeds that are necessary for plant reproduction. Plants and animals depend on each other, so it is important to understand how they interact. That's where Budburst comes in. Budburst is a community science program from the Chicago Botanic Garden where anyone can collect real data to help us answer questions about the environment. Budburst collects data on pollinators and plants to help scientists better understand plant-animal interactions, especially in a changing climate. Pollinators are all around us, visiting flowers and spreading pollen, helping plants continue to thrive while getting a tasty meal. Pollinators and plants need each other, but pollinators are in decline due to habitat loss and climate change. The relationship between plants and pollinators is also changing due to climate change. You can help scientists better understand these changes by becoming a community scientist with Budburst. All you have to do is watch pollinators visiting plants. Start your pollinator observation by finding a flowering plant and snapping a picture of the flower blossom with your smart device. Use the in-app identification tool to help you ensure you select the correct species of plant. Next, you'll sit back and watch how many pollinators visit the blossoms of your plant. We recommend that you watch for pollinator visitation for at least 10 minutes. You want to be close enough that you can see the pollinators, but not so close that you bother them. Each time a pollinator visits your plant and touches one or more of its flowers, that will count as one visit. A pollinator can visit multiple blossoms in a single visit if it quickly moves from flower to flower. However, if a pollinator visits a flower, then leaves that plant for 10 seconds or more, and then returns to a bloom on the same plant, that is counted as 2 different visits. You'll watch the plant to see how many and what pollinators make visits to the blossoms in the 10-minute time frame. Each time a pollinator visits, record a visit for that type of pollinator. Here's a tip. We recommend watching smaller flowering plants where you can see all the blossoms instead of trying to watch a big tree. Worried you might not be prepared to collect all these data? Don't be. You don't have to be a pollinator expert to help track pollinator visitation. All you have to do is sort pollinators into one of 3 groups: bees, butterflies and moths, and birds. If you do know a lot about pollinators, you can collect data at the advanced or expert level. For advanced or expert level data collection, you'll have to be able to identify some common bees and other insects, but it's not required. When you make a pollinator observation, you'll collect additional data to document what the flowers look like. You'll tell Budburst if the flowers are in an early flowering stage with only a few flowers blooming, a middle flowering stage with most of the flowers blooming, or a late flowering stage with most of the flowers wilting or falling off the plant. You will also tell us where and when you made your observation, what the temperature is outside, how sunny it is, and how many flower blossoms are on your plant. We know that plants are being affected by climate change and that the timing of events like flowering is changing. Pollinators are critical for plant reproduction and they seek out blooming flowers. So when the plants change, the pollinators are affected as well. The more we know about pollinator behavior, like which plants they visit and when, the better we can protect pollinators and plants to ensure that there are healthy habitats for years to come.